What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got for you a sprint training session that we do with our youth athletes. So a big problem that we see with our youth athletes, is pretty common actually, is gonna be the starting of their sprint form. So 2 phases to sprinting is gonna be your acceleration and then your top speed phase. However, a lot of youth athletes come in and their sprint form from the start is just not producing them enough power. They just aren't able to generate speed, and they usually are doing this. Right, their heel goes straight up towards their butt. So they're very, very backside mechanic heavy. What we try to do, what we try to correct is this into this, right? So you have that step over the ankle rather than straight heel to butt. And it's super common with kids because a lot of them haven't had that sprint training. So they just run like, like this. However, a lot of what we have to do is getting them to get that knee through, generate more power, right? You generate way more power here than you do just that little thing. So this is a session we run our athletes through, helping them with this problem for their sprinting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. Hope you guys like it. All right guys, so first exercise that we're gonna do is wall drill. So you've done this before, but basically you want them to set up about a foot away from the wall with their arms extended. So go ahead and extend your arms, and then they're gonna lean into the wall. Core stays nice and tight. Make sure your hips aren't falling through. No floopiness in your back. You're gonna put one knee up. You're gonna wanna make sure you can see your toes beyond your knee when you do this. Then you're gonna shoot that leg back, quickly pop up the other leg, keeping your core nice and tight. Full extension in the back. Keep going, yep. Make sure you get full extension in the back. Yep, there you go. Just gonna keep doing this. And then at one point you're gonna have them do a double switch. When they do their double switch, make sure that that second or that knee that comes up all the way. So they don't cut the motion short, it comes up all the way. All right, chill out for a sec. After the single and double, we go triple. So you're gonna end on the leg that's not starting up. So one leg's up, you're gonna do 3 switches, end on the other leg. As aggressively as possible, make sure you get full extension in the back. After that, we'll go continuous. So for an allotted amount of time, as fast as they can, they're just gonna be doing wall drill, just pumping those knees, make sure they get them up, make sure they can see their toes beyond as fast as you can. After that, we're gonna do some banded pogos. So we're gonna start double leg. Make sure you stay nice and stiff, just pop through that ankle. And then we're gonna go alternating. So you get one leg in front of the other, just like this, continue to pop up, maintain stiffness. All right guys, next up we're doing a banded split squat jump with a knee drive. So a couple progressions here. First one, you're gonna start in that split squat, then you're gonna jump and you're gonna punch that knee forward, stick it in that split squat. After this, if you can, if that's relatively simple for you, we're going to do a double switch. So you're gonna punch one knee, bring it back. Make sure when you do it, you really punch that knee. Make sure it gets out in front of you. When you land nice and secure. Look at that, he doesn't even move. After that, we are doing broad jumps. So the first one, we're gonna stick them. We're only gonna do around 3. As big of a broad as you can. Stick them each time. Make sure you land in that good snap down position. After that, once the athlete does that perfectly, we're gonna do continuous. So we're gonna go 5 in a row. Land and use that momentum to continue. We might run out of room. Perfect. So 5, 1 leads into the next. Make sure you can stick it at the end. After broad jumps, we're doing tuck jumps. So it's basically a vertical jump, but you're just gonna tuck your knees. So this is really good at getting the athletes to train this motion right here, getting that leg out. So you're gonna be up. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stick it the first time, and then we're gonna go continuous. So. And then after we stick it, we're gonna go continuous. I'm only doing 3 because I heard twice. Then we're combining the 2. So we're doing broad tuck jump. So do a broad jump, but tuck your knees when you do it. Stick these every single time. We're gonna do high knees next. So nothing too crazy here, but big thing I'm looking for is I want you to break your hip plane. So pretend you have glass coming out from your hips. I want you to get those knees up high enough to where you would break through that glass, nice and aggressive. Look at how when Spencer's doing it, it's just straight in front of him, toe to the top of the shoe as well. All right, after we're doing skips, but for height. So a couple of variations you can do. You can go every single skip, you get up as high as you can, like that. So you can start off that way, get up each time, and then when you want to get more explosive and more powerful, we like to add some steps in there. So every single time we skip, we'll get a lot higher. So you run a little bit, skip, run a little bit, skip. We know that you're gonna get a little less skips in through the distance. However, each skip will potentially be a lot more powerful when you're doing it this way. Following the skips for height, we're doing power step up. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see we just posted a video of this exercise actually, talking about how great it is for deceleration. So that's super important when it comes to athletics and sports performance training. However, another really good thing power step ups do is going to be helping explosiveness and getting that knee out in front of you, similar to the band and split squat jumps. So you're going to start with one foot up on the box. You're going to push off this, shoot the other leg forward, drive that knee, decel on the way down. So here, jump up, just like this. So when I start, I just go that way, nice and simple, really drive off, and then we can get a little bit more aggressive when my knee is going to shoot forward more. Second to last thing we do is going to be a banded march. So forgive the angle, we have to prop up our camera for this. But so one person's going to be around, or the band around them, the other person's going to be holding the band like so. This person, I always tell them, pretend you're like a dog that's being walked. One of those dogs that just absolutely pulls their owner. So I'm going to be holding it this way. Spencer's going to have a really good lean, just as if he's doing wall drill. He's going to be driving his knees forward, pushing them back into the ground, trying to produce pure power, pure force to go forward. All right guys, for the last thing, we have a fancy contraption. So if you don't have these, what I love to do would be falling starts. So you start kind of pushed up on your toes, lean as far forward as you can before you fall. When you feel like you're gonna fall, you drive one knee forward, throw it out in front of you, take off and sprint. So that's a really good way to work on sprint form. And make sure, like the big thing we keep saying, make sure you're able to get that knee in front of you. So you're not cutting the motion here, right? When we're sprinting and accelerating, we don't want this heel by our butt, right? We want it out in front of us so we can produce power that way, produce force that way, right? We're gonna get a lot more power going this way than going these little short choppy dudes. So make sure that's a big key, but we have this fancy thing. So essentially, Spence is in the belt. We strap this thing on the end. You can totally go out and buy one of these too, like they're not that bad for a cost. So basically I'm gonna be holding him. He's gonna be leaning, doing high knees, punching his knees as fast as he can. I'm gonna pull this and this is gonna release Spencer. So he's gonna take off and sprint. It's basically the same thing as falling starts, but it's more fun. It's also like 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, like 8:30. So forgive our sprint form. We're not in the mood to be sprinting right now. But essentially that's what we're doing, stuff like this. I'll try to put in a clip from some of our athletes doing this that we have, but I don't know if it'll transfer very well because it's on my phone. But yeah, so if you don't have this cool thing, hit some falling starts, ground up starts, anything like that. Essentially any type of sprint work that's really gonna help get out like this. And it's just a big thing to pay attention to as well. Another thing that's really helpful is I'll record a bunch of our athletes sprinting. So a lot of people need to see it. So I'll record it, I'll show them, and they're like, oh, I feel that. I feel my heel going to my butt. and then they're able to correct it. If you just tell them, try to see your toes beyond your knee, right? You don't want them like reaching when they're running. However, you don't want it short, a little choppy. So big thing that I do that's worked really well, record it, show them. It helps them see what they're doing, see how they can correct it. And as a coach, it helps kind of convey what I'm trying to fix. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. And yeah, comment down below any questions you have and videos you want to watch in the future. Bye. Wave.